on everyone, Liam Catterson here with episode 6 of season 5 of Orphan Black. I'm pretty much sad at this point. This is how much we've got left of this show, like in terms of my reactions left. We've got 5 episodes left and I'm pretty sad because this is honestly one of my favourite shows of all time. Like, I did a little thing on Twitter, in my perspective, a couple of days ago, saying, well, this is my top 5 favourite shows, and Orphan Black was number 3, behind Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Doctor Who, of course. And I'm pretty much sad that, you know, this is coming to a close. It feels like a part of my life is closing off, because this show has been absolutely insane. And we're at episode 6 now, so I think I pretty much covered everything in terms of my post-review, because I said I had to hurry up, but I think I pretty much covered everything, especially the important bit that, you know, Neolution were planning to exploit Kira, of course. They found they've isolated the gene that gives her that, you know, that fountain of youth gene, as they call it, but, yeah, they've isolated the gene that makes, you know, Kira special. And, you know, they plan to harvest, you know, her eggs, distribute it to a thousand patient, rounding it down. And yeah, we can't allow that to happen, of course, especially with Kira being, you know, so young into this mess and them using Kira. It's not good. It's not good. You know, they are using Kira for their own, you know, beneficial gain. And, you know, there's no telling if this could, you know, potentially work. It might do, but, you know, we all know how Giannis was, of course, and, that was pretty heartbreaking as well in the last episode, so yeah. But yeah, I also had a bit of a shower thought the other day, like, what if, considering the fact that we had so much emphasis on, you know, P.T. Westmoreland's, I say so much. It was brought up again, of course, and there was that, you know, skepticism that P.T. Westmoreland might not be who he claims to be. So, yeah, I had a little thought about it, and I was thinking, you know, maybe it's like the Doctor, like, there was a few rumblings there I'm just fascinated with the rain at this point. It's raining in the UK, which is a first for everything, but, considering how hot the summer is, anyways, I'm digressing, yes. It could be like, I think it was the very first episode where they were discussing, the Doctor's, you know, might be a title passed down to certain people rather than, you know, just being a guy that can change his face. But now P.T. Westmoreland's a Time Lord, so I've just realised that. All jokes aside, yes, there's a bit of focus going on with P.T. Westmoreland's disappearance, and I think it was, around 50 years that he was disappeared for, which is a pretty lengthy time to find someone to replace the predecessor, so, he might not be 170 years old, so, it could be the fact that this guy is continuing the first guy's legacy, and, you know, P.T. Westmoreland, nada. So yeah. With that said though, let's go into episode 6. It's Orphan Black time. Really looking forward to this. Not looking forward to approaching the end. Let's go.
And you'll be
Everyone go subscribe to
how
Krystal.
the pearls like totally spring from your head. What?
Oh?
What?
I hope that's not uploaded on YouTube. That is uploaded on YouTube.
I know.
Beautician tips goes wrong.
Stay here.
No, Mom, I want to go.
But I'm too sick. Oh! She actually is sick. Oh! No. It's not like me with school. It's like, oh, I'm sick.
With her on side.
You can rot.
Your mask
Fuck
is
you.
impassable. She saw through you.
Uh-oh.
Diana.
Interesting that she says that.
What's wrong with your kidneys?
Nothing. Stop fussing. Go.
He's actually
Should I be
dying.
concerned? You may be dying, but I am here to make sure it's not
Like,
fatal.
Do you remember who I am?
it's not to...
John. Of course I remember. But no one else does. If you think we don't need the myth, you've gone mad.
Was I mad when I began?
Oh my god, he is actually a second person.
You were.
Praised ideals. But you weren't the only scientist I bought, were you?
Oh!
Susan.
I was thinking,
You weren't expecting me.
I wasn't expecting you to escape from the crazy house. Oh.
Been a long time since the three of us. Progress requires equilibrium. Balance of opposing forces. No friction. No fire.
So he's basically going to say, suck it up.
Welcome back, Virginia.
Cosmetics.
We're not having this,
Why
like,
would Neolution be expanding
segregation.
into cosmetics?
Well, because it's a $700 billion
Ham.
industry for one. More research.
But that means
studies and
Cody's going to be,
content.
Piss
oh.
off.
Serious.
Well, it's got to be connected to Lin 28A. Did Krystal just fall ass backwards into some big again?
Do you not know why that girl does it?
Seriously, you don't?
Wonderland. And if I have to,
Wonderland.
I'll hustle Rachel.
No.
Yeah, it's great to see Kira's involved now.
Now it's my turn.
Wait,
Yes.
Krystal.
I love Krystal.
I
Your accent,
love you. You've got it wrong. Like, Len is like Mr. Vegan
your
King
accent
of the
is
industry. Like,
so
you
on
never saw
point. I
somebody
wonder how you
before.
managed
That's
that.
all I want to talk
Tanya.
to him about.
Well, I should talk to him. He's my source. You and that Australian girl are gonna like mess the whole thing up.
Okay, look, Krystal, I think the best thing for you to do is to stay here and support
Oi!
Bree. Scott is going to run some tests, and believe me, you're in good hands. Okay, look, just call him, all right? And tell him that you want to meet him.
I don't get it. Your family, Kira's mutation, Helena's fetal stem cells, they will be exploited.
No.
If you shifted
This off.
your thinking one step, you could be part of it. There's a
Oh
pet
my
project
goodness.
I could
No,
use you on.
no,
They've
no.
developed the most ingenious delivery systems while I've been gone.
Frankly, you're all too insane.
Go on, Cosima. Shut her shit down.
All dancers are slim, so there are no slim singers.
She's testing.
True or false?
Yeah, she's testing. Oh, dearie.
Have you shown any symptoms?
She's the last one.
Did Susan tell you? I'm close to a cure.
No.
Oh, shit, babe, I gotta take this.
No. No. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Steer him to Dyad. Don't make it obvious. Len, you
Yes.
sold your company to Dyad.
How do you know that?
Because we're insiders, Len. People in the beauty game talk.
Well, I shouldn't.
See if it has anything to do with this gene called Lin 28A.
She's gonna butcher.
Lin what?
28A.
Krystal, I know
She's
you
gonna
can, all
butcher
right? I believe in you.
this.
Just, for the love of God, keep it in your pants, okay?
Congratulations to you too, bro. Ciao. No,
I can't wait to see how she butchers
was it?
this.
he was like somewhere around here.
What was that?
Lin
Oh,
28.
stop it. You're making me wet and I'm super mad at you. I am. Dyad is a bad corporate citizen. Well done. Thank you.
But it's a business.
Don't get too cocky.
I have shareholders.
I sacrificed everything for Neolution. People I loved. Perhaps even my own soul.
No, you
But
can do
now
the right thing.
it is time to bring it all down.
Do the right thing. Let's go, Susan.
Lebanese chicks.
She was trying to get a kind of hold on them, steering them.
Krystal, you still there?
I'm peeing and then I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
No,
You will not kick him in the balls.
Nobody lies
Okay,
about
we've got some news
her
from
channel.
Scott.
You stole this from me.
Bree did. My partner in that vlog that you love so much.
She used it and now she's sick. What's
She's
in it?
gonna go on Hell, Fury, and Fire
It's a
here.
prototype. It's experimental.
Jesus Christ, woman, how stupid are you?
Shit! Oh! Shit! Don't lie!
Talk. Lynn,
Oh shit!
talk, I swear to God.
All right. It's a thermal delivery system. It's what Dyad wants. It's the next big thing in regenerative therapy.
Dumb delivery system. They could put anything in.
Oh, she's gonna. Yeah. Oh, dearie. That's gonna hurt. Go, Krystal! I love her. Wait, didn't she have cancer?
She was getting better.
Where is the founder now? Why is he silent? He did this to her.
Yeah, they're starting to lose faith. Believe and hope, and then you just bullshit it to us. I say put a bullet in PT. Or John.
Stole from my parents. I ruined everything. I couldn't even OD properly. I was a vegetable for like 6 months.
This would be
And
the
then I
right
woke
thing.
up here. In his house. And now what?
Are you gonna let
Now
people...
you're his fool? Mud, are you here by
Are you gonna let
choice?
people
'Cause I'm
suffer
not here
because
by
of
choice.
PT?
I just want to tell my parents I'm sorry.
Then help us.
Do the right thing.
Okay.
Good girl.
She hasn't really got a choice, has she? Even though Kira knows this is bad.
Look at me.
There will come a day when you need us.
I thought she was gonna say something
I'll be
else,
okay,
but...
yes. Just tell Mom I'll keep writing my story.
Westmoorland isn't.
Just say you're bringing them down.
Okay?
Just say that.
Look.
Then this whole kerfuffle will be...
He's a liar.
So it's a proof
Hey,
that
that's him and
he's...
Susan Duncan in 1967. Look, he's a young man.
Because he went away.
I'm sorry, but the fountain isn't real.
He was playing
deceived
you all. Let's go. Shit.
Hello,
Oh,
Virginia.
shit.
What's happening?
Oh, no.
She was trying to kill you.
No,
Oh, no. Mud.
I was trying to save us all.
Shit. No. I'm assuming Mud must have gotten, like... had to confess. Oh,
Too far
boy.
from the mainland.
Susan, we have to go now.
Oh, no. What have they done? Oh, no! The thing that was meant for... Oh, no. You bastards. Oh... Oh, my lord. Yeah, you can see the hurt on her face. What a bitch. What a bitch you are. What a bitch you are, what a bitch Cody is. Hey, Cody's back to being a bitch. I mean, she never stopped, but now she's back full time. Son of a bitch. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how things work. Well, I mean, it's going to be very, very interesting to see, like, how, you know, PT races to extend his life now, because, you know, all of his resources is now gone. Albeit they've decided to burn everything to the ground. They're not, you know, giving up themselves anymore, so, yeah. Ooh. You know, I keep forgetting that episode 6 has the most heartbreaking, I guess heartbreaking moments of. But then again, this season has absolutely been nailing it with, MK's death especially, but, I mean, episode 6 is the big one. I'm not going to talk about Paul. We had, Kendall dying in, you know, last season, of course. And all hope seemed to have been lost. It looked like it was actually going to, like, with the samples, of course, since we kind of had the samples in season 4, and then that was destroyed. It looked like that was going to happen again when, you know, the revivalists were, you know, causing a riot and empty out Casima's bag, but phew. So yeah, there's that. And now we have 2 deaths with Ira and, I mean, he didn't die. Like, we didn't see it happen, but the note, yeah. especially with how aggressive his glitching was. And then Susan, fuck Cody, fuck, John, because he's not P.T. Westmoreland. That was confirmed, it seemed. So, yeah. I was right then. So it seems like to be a passing title in order to give this hope for longevity in life. Especially with the fact that, you know, it's not just Neolution and, you know, this way. It's more of an egotistical sense, I guess. Especially with how he's using the revivalists as a means to extend his own life by taking their blood, and, you know, transfusing it into him. So, it's a means to, you know, extend his life. And it's more of a selfish means. And I think he would be doing this, you know, not for the people, of course, not as a hope to prolong life, of course. It's more of his own selfish need. He's one of those people who's too afraid to die and, will go above and beyond, no matter how immoral it is, to make sure that he doesn't die. I mean, look at, you know, what he's doing with Kira. He doesn't care about that. Like, he's using Kira, he's using the revivalists, so it's pretty poopy, but yeah, so it turns out that P.T. Westmoreland is just a name, it's just basically a symbol for hope, I guess, for anyone who seeks to extend life. And the truth came out in this episode, so it was just really great. Not just for the viewers as well, but for the revivalists as well. Burning, like, now they've lost hope, especially after seeing that little girl die, of course. Even though she was getting better, of course, that was the myth that was thrown around, to give them hope, to give them, so PT can keep his farm, basically. Because it's literally what it was. I mean, if he's harvesting blood from, you know, people who are just staying there in the means to look for hope, then he's just farming off people. So it's really shitty to do, but yeah. Really even shittier as well to bring Cody back in the picture. Final straw for Susan, understandably so, of course, considering there was that little bit of history between the pair, of course, as we alluded to, which led to the separation of Castor and Leader, of course, and then they came back together, of course, and yeah, that was the final straw. So there was this means to get rid of PT. What I can't get, though, is why didn't she just shoot him in the head or something like that? Like Susan, why didn't Susan just, I don't know, like, if she would have had a, like, sure she would have had a gun or something on her, or something at least. Like, I don't know. I was just thinking, if it were me, I would just, you know, I'd probably run in screaming with a knife or something like that, and then just prod at the head of Cody first, because she's standing. It would be difficult for PT to stand, so he would be last. And then, hooray! We're done! So, yeah, I would probably go in crazy, like, something like that. I don't know. But they, you know, they tried to, kill him. I think it was morphine, I don't know. But, you know, they tried to overdose him, and, yeah. Instead, Susan had to take the brunt of it, with Cody, and, with Cody's involvement. I assume she was the one that did it in the end, of course, considering, you know, like I said, PT, in this situation, Cody's the standing one, so yeah. And plus it, you know, gives Cody that edge, considering their little rivalry, so yeah. See, she needs to die. She needs to die. What I actually find interesting is, in light of this revelation, Rachel, of course, is with the revivalists. Well, she was, of course. Now the revivalists know. But she believed the myth that P.T. Westmoreland was alive, of course. Well, of course he's alive. Was, you know, alive for 170 years, I guess you could say. Like, he's, you know, lived this long life, of course. And what I find interesting is Mrs. S is saying there will be a time when you need us. So maybe she's going to find out what's going on with Westmoreland and see that she's been manipulated, and, you know, that he's using her for his own means. and she will suddenly side with the leaders, which would be so bizarre, of course, but enemy of my enemy. But yeah, that was more of a, more action-packed, more upbeat. I say upbeat, of course, the ending wasn't really upbeat, but upbeat in quality, so it was more, investing. It had you on the edge of your seat. Considering the last 2 episodes were like, more focused informatively, like, it was just ushering, which I don't have a problem with. Information is okay with me. It just, like, information was flowing in your face, whereas there felt like a mix in this, especially with this plan to kill off John, of course. But it was just really, really interesting as well, delving into Krystal's story as well, which was really, really great, especially with her involvement with Len and, why there was this sale with Dyad and his, situation, of course. And that was really, really great, how she just absolutely launched him one in the groin. That was just really, really great stuff. But also, her interrogation skills. I just loved Krystal in this episode so much, especially, Sarah's like, just don't make it so obvious. And then she's like, why did you sell your company to Dyad? And she's like, yeah, I was just completely done. But it was just great to see Krystal back into this episode, of course, being involved, of course, with, Dyad, purchasing companies, of course, and, her suspicion seemed to have come off a bit true, it seems, but it was just really, really fun stuff anyways, and I just love the jab she gave at that Australian girl. I was like, hey, because it's that confusion with British and Australians. It's like, hey, don't confuse me for an Australian. So I was like, Australians are cool people, but come on, get your countries right. It was just really, really great seeing Krystal back here. For the most part, of course, she was, following Sarah and Art's, well, she tried her best to follow Sarah and Art's direction. Like I said, don't make it so obvious. Why did you sell your company to Dyad? So, yeah, she was just, going along with this situation with Len, of course, and, before, he pissed her off with that comment, comment that, oh, I like your channel when he doesn't. So, yeah, she went to town on him there after, finally getting the answers about, what that cream that he had, was all for. It was like a prototype, wasn't it? So, it was just really, really great to see Krystal back here as well. So, awesome stuff. But yeah, it was just a fantastic episode. It was great to see, it's great to see Cody, like I said, great to see Cody back in the picture. I had a feeling that era was going to die as well, considering how frequent the, flashes were, the seizures were. But, it happens, and it happened, and it's still sad to see, of course, especially with his final, moments being with Susan, so it was really, really poopy stuff, but it was just really, really great all the same, though, this, episode, like, how much more quality it brung, that, like, how mixed it was, and how more edge of your seat, and how funny it was as well at certain times. Like I said, the obvious thing, the obvious comment that Sarah made to, don't make it so obvious, and Krystal just butchers it completely, and it's just, you just love Krystal for her goofiness and her shenanigans, but it was just really, really great stuff. I'm also interested to see if Mrs. S has another inform. Like, I'm wondering who her other informant is. I mean, I don't know if I would dare to say Susan, but she seems to imply that she has more informants than Delphine. Like, I mean, that's typical Mrs. S, but how prominent, it's like, oh, you contacted Delphine and all that, and Mrs. S was like, well, I have more than one. I don't know if it was just, then again, I don't know if it was just a passing reference, because we all know Mrs. S has like a web, doesn't she? Like, she usually has her contacts and all that, but I don't know. It seems to stick out for some reason, and I'm thinking, maybe she does have someone else in the pipeline and that, but it was just really, really great stuff as well, just to, delve into this episode. Krystal, just absolutely great to see her involvement as well. Yeah, it was just a great episode, and I just really, really loved it. I can't wait to see how things go from here, especially for John, and now that his, you know, supply has basically this volunteer, because they have, of course, voluntarily left, of course. It's going to be very, very interesting to see, you know, Neolution's next move, in light of what Cosima has done. Well, he's already gotten rid of Susan, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see how things do develop from here on. But interesting episode, really loved it. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my VG Feats channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!